Hey everybody, how you doing? It's the afternoon show. We're starting a bit early here. Lots going on. Can't wait for another 6 or 7 minutes. Let's just get into it here. There's things happening, and we're rocking and we're rolling here. We're at 205 on GameStop. We just popped again. We're up 21.49 now on the day. Wahoo! Those of you who are writing options on GameStop, you may want to be looking at rollovers already today. We'll see if how this goes, but it might not be a bad idea to look at 205 or 210 rollovers between, say, this week, next month, the month after. Depends on what you got right now. What are you sitting on now, and what are you going to roll over into? Other stocks on the move. Oh man, Sofi pushing the high of the day around right now, 22.72 at the moment. 22.73. The high was 77. We have traded on Sofi today in excess of 43.79 million. So looks like a 50 million share day, maybe a 55 million share day. Very good, a very a strong buy wave coming into SoFi. There are articles everywhere about SoFi right now, popping up all over the place, and they're basically all positive articles. Not hurting the stock one iota. Very good. We've got Rocket Lab up still 21 cents. Not one of the leaders, but having a great day. Matterport definitely a pushing higher. 24.38 now, up $1.93. Perfect stock to write options on. You can write 22.50s or 25s right now and take in some cash. Write contracts that expire this November or into December if you like. And it's time to cash in some money here. 23andMe, 11.72, up 13 cents. Has been kind of in this neighborhood all day long. Spire just popped a little while ago to 5.90. It's at 5.85, up 18 cents. It's the second spike of the day. We had one this morning, and now we've had one this afternoon. 714,000 volume, nothing to get really excited about. But it did pop, and it's not coming back at the moment. Interesting. ATIP holding a 1 nickel gain at 292. I would love to see this break $3. It could break out. If it could break through 3, maybe to the 320, 350 range, that would be a lot better looking than this. Smart Rent holding this gain. High of the day, 1386. Right now, 1377, up 64 cents. Volume of 299,000. No volume at all. The Smart Rent looks awfully good. Reading up on some of our stocks here. By the way, Sexter is up a nickel. Reading up on some of our stocks, beginning to notice filing reports are coming out through SEC filing reports. And I'm noticing that SoFi is being acquired by institutional investors. They have to file their ownership levels. Matterport, 23andMe, looking at Smart Rent for sure. Read something really good on Sextera over the weekend too about how they operate 61 data centers around the world, but they don't own any of the land or buildings that the data centers are in. I think they only own 2. The rest they lease. So they in effect run data centers for like 2,600 clients that they have. At a very low cost. They're a very low cost operator. I think it's a really smart move. They can really leverage their capital to go ahead and further expand their business. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out going forward. I just have the gut feeling though that if Sextera ever wanted to raise cash to acquire existing facilities, they could easily do so, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were to theoretically acquire buildings like full-blown data centers, meld them into their, merge them into their business, and then piece off their buildings and the land by just doing leasebacks. They'll sell off the land, sell off the building, lease back the property for, say, 10, 15 years, and use that capital to get another one. There could be some really interesting stuff on Sextera. It's $9.99. It's only up a nickel. It's not doing any volume today. It's not getting any attention, but I'm kind of I'm watching this. There's something's brewing there because it's been so quiet for so long. Most interesting day here on what's going on. How are you guys doing? Are you having fun out there writing options? Are you bringing in some premiums? I sure hope you are. This is certainly a day where you're bringing in some nice cash. Made my month on premiums today, $6,000. There you go, right there. Wancho, well done. And let's see what else is going on. I want to sell my January 15 SoFi calls, but everyone says it's just getting warmed up. Well, Frumbler, look at it this way. If you sell your January 15 SoFi calls, stock's now 22.63, you're 7.63 in the money plus premium. Turn around and just buy the stock with the money. And if the stock wants to go higher, you go higher. I mean, you may not have as much leverage, but you've got the stock in your hot little hands. And if you have over 100 shares, if you can sell enough contracts to get several hundred shares in your hands, you can now begin to take a look at writing options to enhance your revenues. So you're in a real good spot here. This is a pretty good spot to be in, I think. Let's see what else is happening here. Let's see. Yeah, write them for $28. Frumbler saying. Let's see. What do I do with my what do I do with my GameStop November 5 185 cover call that I sold at the open? Do I roll? Be patient. I feel like it's not going to move down much from here before Friday. Well, I would take a look at a roll as an option, definitely as a choice of yours. The stock's at 205.26 right now, and we've had over 3.8, almost 4 million shares trade today, so that's pretty good volume on GameStop. Stock's at 105.95. Let's call it 206. You wrote the 185s this morning. They expire this week. They're sitting right now at about 18.40 to 20, so they're probably going to run you about 19 or so to buy back. So what you need to do is you need to roll a contract. You need to write a contract for over $19 going forward in time. That's what you need to be doing. So looking here at my option chain, I'm just going down the chain here. Let's take a look at, where am I here? There we go. Looking forward at November 26th now. Going to see what we can do here. Theoretically, November 26th, you could be writing 200s for about the same amount of money, give or take around the $19 level. But I'd go beyond that. So let's look at December's, and let's see what we can generate here. The further out you go, the bigger the premiums will get. Around the 19 mark, you can write December's. Hang on. My big ass iPad wants to get messy with me here. You can write December 210s, which are $5 out of the money, for between 16 and 19.20. The 205s definitely in the 2021 range. Go further ahead, December the 10th, you could be looking at probably 210s to 220s. And that will bring in upwards of $20 to $23, depending on the bid ask of each of these contracts. December 17s, they will bring in for the 210s $23, $24. So if you buy yours back for, say, 19 and sell for 24, you'll bring $5 a share more in. You'll raise your exercise price to 210 with the stock right now at 205. So you've just given yourself a $25 raise on your stock plus a $5 cash raise. $30 a share in your pocket, or towards your side of the ledger. If you want to go further out, for example, if you want to write January's and really step out and go for a cash grab, in other words, you want to bring in a lot of money from writing options with this move on the stock, you could look at writing maybe January 210s and bring in about $30, $31. That would bring you about $11 a share more. Look at 220s, you might be able to get upwards of $27.50 a share. That would be almost $8 more, give or take. Again, depends on what you have to pay to buy the one back you own now. That would give you a $220 payout, an exercise price, with a $27 deal, an $8 cash gain or $9 cash gain. 230s for the same series. These are again January 21st. 230s would bring in about $24.50 to $25, and so that would add about $6 a share in your pocket for every contract you roll into. And then a 230 exercise. So again, that's 25 ahead of the market, which is at the moment 20 more. That would be 45 ahead of the market right now. Where you are, you're at 185. This would take you to 230. This would move you up substantially. So you have several options here. You can go short term or you can go longer term and look at that strategy to bring in additional cash upwards of $8, $10, $12 a share in cash now. That's $1,200 a contract, and lift your exercise price ahead of the market. There's a strategy to consider. So think about that, and let me know what you do. I'd be very interested to find out what you're thinking, if you can do anything at all. I sold my SoFi calls today. They were too far up. I just bought the shares instead. Adam, there you go. You can't go wrong with that strategy. You just can't. You're a shareholder. You like the company long term. You buy the stock from the option proceeds. You're no longer. You're not going to lose dramatically if the shares back off because of the volatility of options. Volatility can go up, but they can also back off. You've locked in a nice fat gain. You grabbed it. You grabbed the shares. If now you look at writing contracts, this is the next possible move. Right, like I say, with SoFi right now, 22.79. This is right near the high of the day here. You could look at writing 22.50s, 24s, 25s, depending on the series, and bring in some cash. Looking at SoFi options, for those of you who are sitting on SoFi right now, this Friday calls. Just to give you an idea what we're dealing with here, if you're going to write, say, 2250s, which are just, barely in the money, you're going to get about 90 cents a contract. They only have 4 days to live. 23s are 67, 68 cents. If you're going to write next week's contracts, November 12th expiry, 2250s will bring you $1.55, $1.56 for 2250s. You want to write 23s, you can get $1.32 to $1.35. 24s will get you 95 cents to 99 cents. 25s, 70 odd cents for next week, Friday, $25 contracts on SoFi. You want to go a further week out, November 19. Go that far out. A 22.50 will bring you about $1.80. A 23 will bring you about $1.57.58. A 23.50, $1.36.38. A 24 will bring you $1.18 to $1.20. A 25 will bring you $90.93. I wouldn't go that far out with a 25 for an extra dime. Instead of getting 90 cents, I would take 80 cents on a $25 contract, or 70 cents, and I would write a November 12. Or I'd write a November 19.25 for 90 cents, something like that. So take a look at something like that. Easily done. Now, if you're conservative, you don't want to, you're really nervous about the stock taking a real shot from here, then you can write 30s. And if you want to go out to, let's say November 26th for a month out, you can write 30s for about 31 to 34 cents each. You're unlikely to get exercise or anything like that, and you won't have to worry about a rollover. But it's only 31 cents. But if you got 1,000 shares, it's $300 for nothing. But I would be writing 25s for the next few weeks, a couple of weeks out. I'd be looking at 25s if you want to write out of the money contracts. That's where I'd be looking to go. Again, this Friday, they're only going to bring you 20 cents, the 25s. Next week, Friday, they'll bring you 70 cents, and that's the one I'd look at from there. Okay. Rob says, a dirt track, you can try to roll over to a 200 maybe for a couple of weeks out or more. There you go. That's that GameStop deal that we were just talking about. Okay. Lots of things can happen, says Juancho. A one green day is okay, but a lot of news coming the rest of the week. Best thing to lock in green premiums today. Like I say, today's a day to lock in premiums. That is right. Today is a great day to lock in premiums. There are some serious dollars being offered here by option players, you can absolutely take a position and lock yourself in some nice premiums if that's what you'd like for either this Friday or next Friday or beyond. Austin says, Uncle Bruce, my wife says hi. Hello, Mrs. Austin. GameStop, go baby. Right now 206, up $22 a share. Like I said, if you can write 205s or 210s, even if you write 205s, they're at the money. Even 200s. You could look at writing GameStop 200s for this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after. Speculate the shares may back off to 195 between now and then. And lock in the premium. Take this money now, the book value plus premium, and just wait and lurk. And if you see the stock back off to 195, 96, 97, you might buy your calls back. Bring in $5, $6, $7, $8 a contract. Thank you very much. You could play that game. Michael says, I sold 10 of my SoFi 15s, now waiting for a dip on Spire to pick up another 1,000 shares. 584 on Spire. Say, it's looking really interesting all of a sudden. Smart ran 1375, up 62 cents at the moment. Rocket Lab 1423, up 18 cents. SoFi 2274, up 265. Just below the high of the day here. GameStop 205 even. Matterport 2455, up 210, looking really good. The high on Matterport shows 2543, but this range here, just being in this 2460 range, has been mostly the high of the majority of the day. Anyway, 1175, up 16 cents on ME. Spire 584, ATIP 291. Let's see. NTPC. Austin saying NTPC, you got to be pretty happy at the moment. And Crazy 49er says, I can never get rollovers to process. Coyote, I have a happy, jolly portfolio. Let's see. What else is going on? Oops, hang on. Just double checking here. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Ratish, hey, Uncle Bruce, would Monday, the 29th of November, be a big sell off day for SoFi? The 180-day lockup date for some insiders to sell on 28th Sunday. I know it's stupid. Charter news hasn't been enough. Well, I don't know, my friend. I mean, everyone's going to speculate on something, somewhere, somehow. SoFi will go up and will go down. It will fluctuate like any other stock. It's up 257 right now. It's having a great day, but it can also drop a buck and a half into it. You know this. You all know this. On up days like this, you take advantage of these gains by locking in profits. You take advantage of these days, these nice days, writing off some really nice contracts and daring the market to go higher on you. You dare these guys to pop it again and again. The odds are in your favor to cash in and grab some cash and build up some dry powder. Selling call options and sitting with cash is a smart move because you're a buyer when everyone else wants out, but you buy on your terms. You just got to make your position. So, Ratish, you might be right, but I can't guarantee it. I mean, who knows, my friend? We've seen a lot, but it's possible here that we've had the sell-offs and that the majority of the free trading releases have been done. And this is just little dribs and drabs, and it will make no difference. The other thing that's happened in the last 2 months is there's been so much institutional acquisition of the stock going on that the stock market might welcome more liquidity, and it might just get gobbled up. I just, don't think that automatically, because what it did 2 months ago, it's going to do it again. You're thinking wrong. 45.5 million SoFi traded today. That's its sign right there. Yeah. It looks like someone's trying to buy up ATIP. They can get at 291 now. Uncle Bruce, February ATIP $5 calls. Is that a good move or not a good move? 250s would be smarter. They're in the money on the ATIP. I'd be going with the 250s. Bruce, my SoFi $10 January 2023 call is way in the money. SoFi, with this much time left, should I ride this out for a little while or take the time premium and say thank you very much? Arco, there you go. Nice move, and I'm happy to see it. You got a $10 SoFi with a stock at 22.67. You got a fat premium on there, I hope. You're in a position, perhaps, in however many you got, to grab up a bunch of stock here and convert it into paper, grab stock, and like I said, if you're able to put it together where you have 100 or 200 or 300 shares, start becoming an option writer. Now's the time to lock in this money. Add to compound the gain. When you write a covered call for $1.60 and around expiry, the premium is higher because it's closer to strike price. Is this where rollover needs to be thought of? Cannot sell something you already sold, right? So if you write a covered call for $1.60 and around the expiration, the premium is higher because it's closer to its strike price. I'm not really worried about a roll. Well, okay. If you're writing a covered call and you're coming up to expiry, it's only worth book value towards its very end of its life. So there is no premium anymore. Now, if you wrote it for 160 and the contract is in the money because the stock has gone up, and you're more, then you should be looking at I would then be looking at a rollover, of course. Yeah, I hope this answers your question. I'm not quite sure if I got this right. Let's see. Hi, Larry, how you doing there, buddy? Let's see here. I wrote 1112s at 2350 for 105, 2455 BE. Again, I'm not sure what those are. And let's see. Yep. Let's see. Bruce, I don't trust Jerome. It's funny. I don't trust Jerome. Jerome Bravo. I don't trust him. Oh, okay. Mike, do you think SoFi is going to tank again? Austin wants to know. Let's see. Scott. Hey, I like my new Stock Markets with Bruce coffee mug. Makes my coffee taste like profit. It got SoFi covered called 19.5 expires Friday. Buy today or wait. Got SoFi 19 expired. I don't know. I'm not sure what that question is. Oh man. There we go. Okay. What else is going on here? What's going on with ATIP, Bruce? Please tell me. Don't know. Waiting for them to bring in a new CEO. I'm waiting. Chart's ridiculous. It's just sitting there. I agree. Uncle Bruce, I have 190 strike GameStop calls written for Jan 21. Shall I roll over to February 200 now or wait a few more days? Can you bring in extra cash? Are you in a position to bring in cash? If you can bring additional cash into your pocket, then I take a look at that move. Yeah, I want you to bring money in. Otherwise, look at another contract. That's the way I would be doing this rollover. Okay. Let's see. Lots of comments here. Lots and lots. I have $17.5 Matterport expiry Jan 22s. How do I get out to take my profits? I'm up 165%. Ed, you just sell your contracts through your broker. It should be pretty easy. It's sell to close is the transaction you're going to make. And I would, though, be offering your contracts if the stock is, say your contracts are, I'm not sure what they're trading at, but the stock is, what is it now? Matterport, 2440, and you've got a 1750 call. So your $7 plus value, you got what, $8 value, maybe a little more. If the bid ask is 50 cents between bid and ask, you offer your options 1 nickel below the highest price. So they're asking $8, you offer them for $7.95. If they're asking $8.95, you ask $8.90. You put your limit order in 1 nickel below and wait. And if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. Don't give it away at the bid price. This is where you can really hurt yourself. 10 contracts, make sure you get the best you can get for this thing. Okay. Let's see. What else? And then Jonko says, John, don't do that. Anyway, there you have it. And if you sell your contracts, way to go. Buy stock with it. If you get out, then just turn around and buy stock with it. And now you're still long and the shares go higher. You're a happy guy. Okay. Let's see. January 23, 15 calls, hold or take profits. You got all the time in the world. It's up to you. Let's see. If SoFi went up to 25.27 before January, selling today could mean leaving 20 grand on the table for me. So it's hard not to get greedy, hard to know what's best. Again, that's why you grab the stock instead. Sell your contracts, buy the stock, and start writing options at premiums out of the money, and then go from there. Okay. Let's see. Bruce, do you trust Jerome? Puts on Bruce's hairline. Uncle Bruce, how far should I wait before rolling over the 19th 180 covered calls and into which ones? I would be looking at these. You can look at them anytime now, and I'd be looking at maybe 210s, 205s, 200s. Look for a cash injection. Definitely, I'd be looking at that. Let me double check here on my end. Here's GameStop right now, and pop the options up here. There we go. And let me take a look at, just for the heck of it, over here. There we are now. I need to go to, I recall we're talking about November 19, 185s you're sitting on, I think, and you're at right now 25.20. So let's call them $27 to buy, something like that. So looking for 27 or more. And we're talking about, here we go. Yeah, so we're talking maybe, let's see, January 21st timing, maybe 210s, bringing in 33-ish, 32 and a half, 33, or bringing, writing 200s and bringing in 36 and a half, almost $10 more, something in that neighborhood. Looking beyond that, February, maybe, let's see here, February's, February 220s, no, that's too far out, 210s, 36-ish, 37-ish, there's about $10 a contract, maybe. 200s, almost 40. That would be another place to look at. I know it's in the money, a couple of bucks, but I wouldn't be worrying about that. You want the premium. All the premium you get your hands on is what you might want to consider. $40 to $41 for a February 18 200 might be the one to write, and then do that rollover and bring in a ton of money, just a ton of money. And if the stock backs off to 185, these will back off dramatically, and see what happens. That's a way to go. The other way to go, let me come back to something a little different here. I'm just kind of curious what's going on. Excuse me. Where was I? I was at, November. Where were we here? The 19th, right? There they are, and we're back to this one. So so let's say 26 or 27 to buy them. Okay, 26, 27 to buy them. And then okay, here we are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 20, if you buy back the 185s and you write January's 200s, you'll bring in $36 to $37. That's just above, $2 in the money, but it's a gain, and it's not as long a time frame as February's or March's, but that might be another way to go, because if they back off $10, $15 a share for whatever reason, these 200s will give up quite a bit of value. But it's a matter of, obviously, we know how this works. The further out you go, the bigger the premiums. Cash is king. Dry powder's dry powder. So I'd be looking at that. 202.93 is the price right now on GameStop. And Lolo, I don't know about this company. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. I Smell Money, ATIP, LinkedIn posts a new opening a week in the U.S. They're going nuts on expansion. Interesting. Stocks at 290. 586 on Spire, still up 18 cents. Matterport up 201, GameStop at 203, SoFi 2270, holding a 260 gain. We've got 40 minutes left in the day. Very good day going on here for our stocks for sure. And any idea why GameStop is running up today? Maybe because CEO left is screwing up my cover call contracts. I don't know. I've looked for information on GameStop to try to find out exactly what it is. Can't find it. There's been a speculation that every 3 months or so we seem to go through a bit of a cycle here, and that's also been speculated on quite a bit here. I use this opportunity, these kinds of moves, as opportunities to do rollovers. And the kind of rollovers you want to do on GameStop is where you buy back a contract at whatever price it is, and the new one you're selling further out, higher strike price, more money. You want to bring cash in. And if you can do a rollover for $5 a contract more, or 10 or 12 or 15, I would look at that. Definitely look at that. Okay. Let's see. Should I buy back my covered call today or wait? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, Scott. What contract? What company? What anything? January 17 and a half, sitting at 6 even right now, says Michael. And let's see. What else going on here? They say there's a lot of rumor on GameStop NFT coming very soon. That's why people are wondering. Again, this has always been the case. This is always the situation. It's there's always this so-called rumor of this, rumor of that. You gotta deal with the now, the present, and the now. And the now is GameStop is 201.91, and the reality is that GameStop today was 208.57 already. So it's now 202.15 and it's traded 4.3 million. That's reality. And you're up nicely on your stock. Great. Lock it in with a nice fat contract with a 210 exercise or a 205 or a 200 and bring in a fat premium for the next couple of months. And if you have to do a rollover in the next week or two, so be it. Take the money. Let's see. Pace. I don't know anything about PaySafe, Waleed. I don't know anything about it. What happened to all the people complaining that Bruce is wrong on all of his picks? Let's see. Bruce, just letting you know, I appreciate you. I promise a donation coming your way. No problem. Thanks, man. Uncle Bruce, I sold 4 covered calls at 17. I think I made a mistake. I'm in at 17.10. How do I fix this, Paul? I don't know what you're talking about. What did you write? What is a 17 strike price? What stock, man? I'm way out here, buddy. I have no idea which one this is. FS, one more, Uncle Bruce. I have a $140 written put on GameStop. Okay. Jan 21. I got 1,700. It's now $700. Shall I roll over to 170, same, and get an extra 1,000? What do you think I should do? Oh, okay. So you're up nicely on this contract. You've made $1,000 because the stock went up. Shall I roll over to 170 for January by moving up $30 and get an extra 1,000? So 170. Oh, that's a very interesting. Yeah, that might be a move. Yeah, that's not a bad move at all, FS. I like that idea. Uncle Bruce, I have a SoFi contract January 20, 2023 with a strike for 750. I have a SoFi contract, but when I go and look at, they're not offering 750 strikes anymore. Why? I own one. This is odd to me. It's obviously a brokerage issue of some kind. I don't know. If you own it and it's in your account, when you look at it in your account, I bet you if you click on it, it gives you the option to sell it, and then you can enter a market on it. But again, you might have to call your broker on this one. This one is, I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Let's move on here. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. There's so many comments coming in. It's nice to have you all here, by the way. I've got to make one adjustment, though. I want to say thank you to all of you who are here. And again, thank you for all your support and kind words. Appreciate it very much. Jennifer and I both do. This is... I'm going to just do a shift here for the commentary. We're going to go to members only from here on out. And again, please consider becoming a member of this channel. Help support us, help keep us on the air. And thank you very much as we keep moving forward here. Now, let me see what's going on here. And also adjust my phones. Trying to watch 3 things at the same time. 2270 on SoFi up 261. GameStop's at 202. Matterport 2451 up 206. Spire 584. ATIP at 290. Smart Rent 1380. All right. Xterra at 998 up a nickel. Alrighty. The Dow up 51. S&P up 2. NASDAQ up 58. They're finally green again. All right. How do I roll options? I made a killing on SoFi 11.5 strike price 20 and 11.12 strike 20. Again, Karma Pro, I'm not sure. Are you trying to roll existing call options? Your long calls and you want to go longer in time? Is that the game plan? You're just going to sell these if that's the plan. You're just going to sell these and then go shopping for January's or April's, whatever time frame you want to own them, and then use as much capital as you want from the sale of these to pick up your next batch. I'm guessing that's what you're up to. And let's go here. Dave, Suxel, make sure you're seeing all strikes. Brokers like to show only 4 or 8 strikes around the money. That's right. You may have a system where you can hit all strike options. You'll see every option. That might be the issue. Okay. Okay, still does not show, but that might be it. I don't know. Let's see. 11-12 covered calls with credit of 472. 4 contracts need help. November covered calls 12 with a credit of 412 need help. Sofi. Okay, so it's Sofi. Paul, I'm trying to remember that question you gave me earlier here. I'm juggling 15 balls at the same time. I sold 4 covered calls at 17 on Sofi. And I think I made a mistake. I sold 4 covered calls at 17. And I'm in at 17.10. How do I fix this? Let me go 11 to a covered call with a credit of 472. 4 contracts need help. Figuring that's what's going on here. So the stock's at 22.59. You sold, what was it again? You sold? I hate reading foreign messages altogether. I have to go back and forth, and I keep losing these messages. Sold 4. You sold 4 $17 contracts. Is that it? And you received 4 something for them. Is that it? So that they're now in the money. They're now 5 something bucks each. Is that what's happening? Or are they $6 a piece? Is that what's going on? You're going to need to. You can look at doing a rollover, I guess. You don't have to do it today if you don't want to, but you could do a deal where you buy these back, and you could then write 2250s, perhaps for later on. Sorry, I'm just losing your messaging here. Here we go. To 11-12. Okay, so 11-12. Here we go. 11-12 17s. There we go. So the 17s were 570 to 585 right now. Am I right? If you bought them back at that price and you turned around and wrote, say, I don't know, November 26 contracts. Not quite sure here. Maybe you might have to go further out. You might have to write December's. Let's see what's going on here. No premiums there. 1750s. Yeah, I see what's going on here. You're not necessarily going to get big premiums on some of these contracts. You might be best to sit tight and just sit tight a bit here. If the shares back off a couple of bucks, so be it. Your contracts will back off, and you'll get out pretty well unscathed. There's obviously no time premium here for you because they're in the money. Your stock is well in the money. Your contract is in the money, in other words. You might need the stock to actually go higher to enact a decent rollover. Look at it this way. It doesn't matter if the stock goes up another couple of bucks to $25. Your contracts will be $8 in the money, all right? You'll buy them back at 8-ish, and then you'll turn around and write new contracts. You might end up writing 19s or 20s for a month further out, and that'll equal what you're paying for these. That might be the strategy you have to employ. And then wait for, a pullback on the stock. Like I said, it goes to 25, 26, and then pulls back to 24. You're writing up here, you're rolling over up here, and you're coming back off, and you're buying back, and you're out, you're flat, you're okay. I mean, today is a crazy day. So, let today happen. Let today Let the stock figure itself out. Tomorrow it might be in a profit scenario. You may find it's down $1 first thing in the morning tomorrow, and your contracts are back to the 470 range, and you'll just buy them back, and you're flat. So I wouldn't be panicking. Things haven't run away from you yet or anything like that. Okay. Here you go. So screw it, Rob says. I sold my SoFi 15s for 180% profit, and threw 20% of the proceeds into more Spire stock. There you go. Nothing wrong with that trade. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I have 1,000 shares of SoFi. What would you recommend to write covered calls with them at what price? Well, again, if you do write calls for this Friday, which means they have 4 days to live, you could write 23s and bring in 60 cents. But if you write contracts for next week for, say, 23s, you'll bring in $1.30. 24s, you'll bring in about 95 cents. 25, 66 cents. So you might want to look at that next week's the 12th of November. 24s maybe bringing in 95 some odd cents. GameStop, yum, says Bill. Yeah, well, it's 199, 198 now on GameStop, backing off. Don't know if you guys were able to pull off any rollovers, but it's backing off here a little bit. Okay, let's see. Vilbus, my Friday 825 will get rolled. Should I wait till Friday if it stays around here all week? Just thinking I should at least let the time premium run down. Yeah, Vilbus, that's also a good strategy. If you didn't do anything and just let this do what it's doing, time strategy is your time. Degradation is your winner, is your friend, and you can always let this happen. Exactly. Let's see. What else is going on? Let's see. More comments. Hang on. Trying to keep up with you guys. Thank you, all of you. Let's see. Okay. Yep, you can roll your calls out with a higher strike price. Karma Pro, thank you for this. Hi, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for your great work. I made a killing on SoFi. What do you mean by roll options and how to do that? I have 11.5 and 11.12 options for a strike of 20. Like I said, you can sell those and cash them in, and then pick up, turn around and buy up, contracts that are further out in time, if that's what you like to do. You've got contracts that die this week and next week. I would be looking at buying contracts after you sell these, maybe pick up January's or February's, and that way you give lots of time, new positioning on your pricing, and just roll from there. And Adam Spire 1119 calls with a strike of 10. What do you think, Bruce? Yeah, cashing in time is a good idea. Roll over into others or buy up the stock. Just buy the stock with the money and start writing contracts. Let's see. More thumbs for Uncle Bruce today. Uncle Bruce, how long to hold Matterport? 1750 strike expires November 19th. I got 8 of these Matterport. Well, you're in the money now, $7 a contract. So what are they trading at? 8 something. That's $6,400 worth of stock. You could theoretically sell this and turn around and buy almost 300 shares. Start writing contracts. I'd be looking at that. I really would be. Be a long-term holder of the stock and now start writing call options against it to bring in cash. Yep, absolutely. Start with November's and look at December's. And away we go. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I like the idea of closing SoFi contracts and buying up shares as the SP moves. Are you also suggesting that writing calls is a better approach than just having the leverage with long calls? I like the idea of writing calls because the clock is in your favor. I hate the idea of owning calls because the clock is against you. This is why I keep yelling at you guys, go way out. When you buy calls, go way out. Because you get tripped up with some bad news from overseas that has nothing to do with your stock, but the market goes nuts for a couple of days and you lose 3, 4, 5 days of time, maybe a whole week for nothing you did, nothing your stock did, but you lost a week. Being a writer, you get that week. It's great. Anything screws up anywhere. Interest rate talk, inflation talk, supply delivery issues, China problems, or It's great. Week goes by, the markets have a crappy week, and you're laughing because those contracts are depreciating, and you're just sitting there going, yeah, great, this is good. That's why I like doing this. Absolutely. You'll last a lot longer in this market doing that than the other way for sure. Okay. GameStop 198.85, by the way. Matterport 24.66 up 221. SoFi 22.56. Okay. And DM, I missed Matterport daily high by 20 minutes this morning. Would have sold my $20 contract. I'm just staring at the chart. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. What else is going on? Thank you, everybody. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I locked in profits on my January $15 strike calls today. I want to buy some further out for the roll, but wouldn't it make sense to wait for volatility to slow down for lower premiums? Again, if you've got the discipline to wait it out, good move. Yeah. Like I said, if you're going to do an option rollover and you want to pick up some other options, great move. Another idea is if the shares back off a little bit and you've got a pile of cash, write cash secure puts and do that and take the premium on the upside there. Let's see. Profit taking on GameStop seems to be going on. And I'm shopping for SoFi calls to write. Should I be looking at January, February? February, like November, December, January. Yeah. In this neighborhood here, $22.50 to $25, $26, depending on the series. Uncle Bruce, any new stocks to look at? Nothing today. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Scott. Bertie, Teal, thanks for all you do. And thank you. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you, all of you, for these. Let's see here. Uncle Bruce, I sold my first covered call last week on SoFi and Matterport. They jumped. On my platform, TD Ameritrade. The SoFi November 21 cover call shows market value of $517. I assume that is good. Look to buy back. Okay, I'm assuming that your $21 call is showing a value of $517. I'm not sure which one you sold. Obviously, $517 for a 21. You say your 21 covered call. I'm not sure which one you wrote. I'm gonna keep looking here. You must have written one out way out there, or unless you have more than one. Again, I don't know. Not enough info I can't answer this question. Hey, Bruce, it's great to listen to you in your community. I can get my questions answered even if I can't articulate them properly. Thank you, Scott. I'm doing all I can for you. The departing CEO didn't hurt GameStop. That's true. And just checking, y'all rolling them overs. The 180s over on GameStop. That's what's been recommended by me. 199.39. Sixtera at 10. You are welcome. I did that, says Cheddar Stacks. Why would you buy a covered call for this week or next? Or why would you write? With the likelihood that the charter may be announced. Look, we've been waiting for this charter for 6 months. Anti-PC, you know and I know, we've been waiting for this announcement any moment for 6 months, and it hasn't happened. There's an article this morning talked about it that might happen next spring. You got to write when you write. You got to take money when they're offering it to you, and if you have to do a rollover, you do a rollover. That's my thinking. Just asking them. I'm just saying. Should I look at rolling over my GameStop, my November 5 185 now? You might want to look at that. Yeah, you maybe want to write 200s. The stock's 199.86. Maybe you want to do a rollover where you buy back your call and then write a 200 further out for more money than it's going to cost you to buy this one back. That's what you want to talk about here. Uncle Bruce, with SoFi earnings on 11/12, what's a good strike price for a covered call with an 11/12 expiration? I don't know. I don't know. If you think the stock's going to go down because of earnings, then write at 22.50. That's what the stock is right here. Or write at 20. You think the stock's going to go down? Write 20s. 250 in the money plus a premium and see if you get something from there. But it's up to you. Let's see. Adam, thank you for the renewal or the new membership. Thanks, Adam. It's nice to have you here. Let's go. Let's see. Sell Spire 1119 calls with a strike of $10. What do you think, Bruce? You can do it. Yeah, if you think it's coming down in price, you can do it. But where's the premium? Where's your upside? I don't see it. Anyway, well, NDPC, like I say, one person's fire is another person's conservative strategy. It's just a question of how you look at it and what's your long-term game plan, and that's how you gotta. It's how you gotta kind of go with it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Dave, I took my profits from my Matterport January calls, bought some ME shares, and wrote contracts against those. Not a bad way to make a living. Interesting. Okay, whatever works. Although thanks for your answer, Bruce, although somewhat confusing. Do what I can. Sometimes one-on-one sessions have to be done. That might be the way it goes. There's a lot to this. There's a lot to this option game. It's not just really simple. It's complicated. There's a lot to it. Austin, thank you, Austin. It looks like Austin made a donation to me for $49.99 earlier, and I've missed it. I love the show. I wrote some SoFi calls at 22 strike, expiring 11/19/21. I sold them around 90 cents, and they're about $1.93. Am I correct in understanding that, say they're like 22.50 on expiration day, would only be worth 50 cents book value? You sold $22. If the stock's at 22.50, they're only worth 50 cents. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. The rest is time value that will evaporate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Austin, you're on the right track. There's the donation there. Thank you for that. I missed it. I just skipped over it, obviously, by my computer's glitched right over it. Yeah, you betcha, buddy. You wrote them for the 19th of this month, so that's a couple weeks, and you got 90 cents for them. And SoFi right now is $22.70. So at this moment, they're worth 70 cents in book value only. But yeah, I mean, look, the stock backs off under 22.50. They're worthless. They're under $22. They're worthless, obviously. So yeah, okay. Nicely done. And thank you for that donation. I'm completely missed it. Let's see here. Also, Bama Babe, Antipes, I just posted a good article about SoFi on Bruce's Stock Markets with Bruce Facebook page. So you can check that out. Fantastic. Let's go. Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, I wrote some SoFi covered calls for $21.50 for a 50-cent premium, thinking it would come back down. It seems to have run. Covered calls are $150 or more now. I'm going to dare them to take me out. Let's make money. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the option buyers who bought those from you, they don't want your stock. They just want to play the option. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to trade it. They're going to trade it. They're going to trade it. They're going to exercise your stock. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. It's technically possible, but it's rather unlikely. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. Alrighty. Yeah, a wise lady once told us, you cash checks when you take profits, Auntie Jen. That's right. Sold my Spire calls to buy an extra 100 SoFi shares. I'm glad I did. There you go. Breaking news. Lethal Voyage was just named the Kindle Book Award winner in the mystery thriller category. Way to go, Sharon. Awesome stuff. Still got a Matterport November 19, 22.50 call that I sold. Average on those shares I have is $13. Exercising doesn't scare me. There you go. Let's go here. And congratulations, Sharon and Ken. Somehow agree with NTPC. I wrote my calls for way out of the money. Okay. Took my profits from, hold on here. What's going on? Sorry, folks. Trying to. Okay, I'm working on that. We're working on that. Okay. And hey, Uncle Bruce, when should I roll my covered call for Matterport at $25? I sold it for 50 cents. When should I be scared? You never be scared. Never be scared. 24.75 on the stock. Let it go. Just let it come on. It's got to go. Let it go through $26, $27. Then look at rolling over. Yeah. Let it move. Let it move. A question though is, when does your option expire, Orion? Is it this Friday? That would help though. I don't know. You might not have that much time, but we'll see. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I just sold a put on Sextera at $15. Expires May 22, and I got 610. So you're prepared to pay for the stock $8.90. Not bad. Not a bad move. That's pretty good, Cheryl. I like that deal. I sold Spire 11.19 calls with a strike of 10. Strike of 10. Okay. I hope the stock goes to $9. I don't hope it goes down. Your answer confused me, but Adam, well done. Uncle Bruce has a Facebook page. When is he getting an Instagram? I have an Instagram, but I'm not using it. Not for Stock Markets with Bruce. It's for traveling with Bruce, and I don't use it much. Paul Rodriguez, thank you for this donation. Thanks a lot, Bruce. I was getting word for a minute there on covered calls for SoFi at a $17 strike price. Right on, man. Right on. Okay. Let's see. I kid. Write more calls. Andy PC bought some GameStop. Couldn't resist, says Delaholt. Let's go. Next comments as I try to catch up with you all. We're down to 13 minutes on the day, by the way. Let's see. Cheryl, if it goes up to 15, you get to keep the money, right? Yep. And PC, I gave in. I wrote $10 calls on SoFi, November 12th, $25 strike, laughing out loud. If we think SoFi and Matterport will go higher, why not hold your calls until closer to January and February? Look, up to you. You got a lot of things happening between now and then, and you can do that. Like I said earlier, you can always sell your calls and buy the stock and be a fan of the company. Write calls. Out of the money calls. You're a fan of the company. You're looking for it to go higher. Sure. I somehow snagged 4 Spire December 17 $10 calls so cheap that I'm still at 100% profit current prices. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go. What do you think, Uncle Bruce, about March 2022 Smrt Rent 1250 calls, 1250 strike for 155. Smrt Rent 1250 calls. We're at 1379, and what was that? A 1250 call for 155. That's 14. Yeah, that's a bargain. That's a steal. Yeah, for sure. Credit Savage, thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. Maybe I'll write $30 calls for 11.12. If I do, I'm an idiot. I'll keep the money regardless, and a big discount if I'm assigned. Happy girl. That's right. Somebody wake up, Larry. Make a $5,000 profit for my 15 SoFi January 21 calls. I got into 10 $25 SoFi calls for January. We shall see. Thanks, Uncle B. Thank you, Frankie. Bruce, your answer confused me regarding selling Spire calls. I hope my calls go near the strike price. This is the point of selling a covered call, right? I sold Spire contract for a $10 strike. Yeah, sure. Selling a Spire a $10 strike. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah, I like it. Yep, not a problem. There you go. Yeah, beautiful job. I mean, you're writing a $10 call on a 585 stock. You're getting a premium, and you daring the market to go up to 10. Absolutely, I like it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you want. I'm happy. I'm happy. You're happy. We're happy. We're all happy. How can you not be happy? It's a wonderful day. Rocket Lab up 21 cents. SoFi up 258 to 2266. GameStop $200.48 up 1682. Matterport up 218 to 2463. ME up 11 to 1170. Spire up 18 cents to 585. ATIP up 1.5 pennies. Smrt Rent up 63 to 1376. Sextera up 6 cents, $10. AMC up $1.60 to 36.97. Robinhood down 28 cents. Vanek up 2.58. Home Depot down 6.13. IBM up 85 cents. Dow up 69 points. Microsoft down 286. Apple down $1.09. Tesla up 84.87. What a day on Tesla. Bed Bath Beyond up $1.27 to $15.32. BlackBerry up 56 cents to $11.36. Royal Caribbean up $3.47 to $87.90, holding a gain. Goldman up $2.73 to $4.16. Amazon down 61 bucks. Facebook up 6. Google down $88 today. The FANGs are not getting a good day going here. That is the dealio. Welcome one, welcome all to this show. Thank you from Florian Spanu. Thank you, Florian. You are in the silver medal position area today. Definitely silver, a solid silver today. Thank you for that donation on PayPal. That just came through. I appreciate that very much. All right. What else is going on? Let's go. People are arguing with each other about which strategy is what, and what are you really doing when you write a covered call, and what are you really thinking of doing, and what do you really want the stock to be doing, and what you're not wanting to do. All you want to do, in my opinion, is you want to write a covered call that's going to depreciate in value while you're shorted, and you're looking to buy it back for less money than you sold it for while you're holding your stock. And if you're buying an out of the money call and the market goes up and the call dies worthless anyway, you're a happy camper. If you write $205 GameStop calls and the stock's at $200 a share and the stock goes to $204.99 on expiry, your contract dies worthless and you keep whatever premium you got. Love this deal. I love the way this works. It's exciting and it's very profitable. Let's see. What else are we talking about here? Uncle Bruce, I have 13 SoFi contracts ending this week at 24. I'm up. Should I hold or sell before it dips back? Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for your donation on PayPal. I appreciate that much. You're a top 10. You're a top 10er today. Thank you. What should I do for SoFi at $24? Well, the stock's at $22.62. So you had a 253 gain today. Pretty nice little gain. Are you ahead on this thing? You may want to take your profit. You might want to do that. You might want to take your profit and maybe buy up contracts for January or February at a different strike price, just to be on the safe side. Time is your friend. Right now, you have no time. So, yeah, tomorrow it's going to depreciate. No matter what the stock does, those are going to depreciate. The time value is going to shrink on you. You may want to do that. Winner's cash check. What happens to the covered calls I wrote that expire in the money? Matterport 22.5 for November. If you don't buy back your call, you will be exercised. They will buy your stock from you at the exercise price between now and that point in time. So you're going to have to make a move one way or another. You either buy them back, roll into another one, which is what I'd recommend you do, or get taken out, and then you've got a bunch of cash in your account and do what you want. You can buy the stock back, write new contracts all over again. You might be charged some exercise fees. I wouldn't go there. I'd buy these contracts back and be done. Okay. Let's go. Okay. People are debating what happens when you write call options. What are you really doing? In theory, you're shorting your stock in a way. You're dangling your stock out there to a gambler who's going to buy a contract on your stock and hope it goes up in value. You're betting that it might go up in value, but it might not go up enough in value for that gambler to win. Because you're writing a call option that expires this week or next month, you're giving them a limited opportunity to buy stock from you at a set price that you choose. If you're writing an out-of-the-money contract, you're kind of going, hey, I'm long stock. I got 100 shares, 1,000 shares, whatever it is. I wrote 1 call, 10 calls, whatever number. And if the shares don't want to go higher than the exercise price that I've put out here, these contracts will die worthless. And the option buyer will lose everything and I'll win everything. On the other hand, you might be writing a call option on GameStop at 205 hoping the stock doesn't go over 205. And it sits at 200, 202 for the next 4 or 5 days. The options die worthless and you're a happy camper. If you're writing a $200 GameStop right now and you're getting $5 and the stock closes at 202 on Friday, it's in the money $2. It's worth $2, but you got 5. So you'll buy the contract back for 2 and take the $3 profit for yourself. If you're writing SoFi contracts right now, $22 contracts, or say 22.50s, you're kind of wondering, let's say bring in $2 in premium for say a couple of weeks. You're sitting here going, hey, I think the stock might have topped out temporarily. We've had a nice run here. We've come from $14 a month ago to $22.62. I'm daring the market to go higher on me. I'll take the $2 right now you're giving me. You can have my stock at $22.50 for the next month, whatever the time frame this contract is. And if the stock does go higher to say $23.50, you can buy that contract back at the end of its life. If that's where the stock is, $23.50, it'll cost you $1 to buy that contract back. You sold it for $2. You're buying it back for $1. You keep the $1. On the other hand, if the stock closes at $22.50, the contract will expire worthless at the end of the run. You keep all $2. Stock goes to $26.50. It's worth $4. That contract's worth $4. You'll have to buy it back for $4. You will lose $2 on the contract, but you made another $4 on your stock and went from $22.50 to $26.50. You're up $2 further on your entire investment. And now you can write $27.50 call options again. And away you go. There's all kinds of options, all kinds of choices you have when you're an option writer. Okay. Okay. I said a theoretical question. If GameStop doesn't exceed $200 to $210 by January 21st, what are the chances of my 190 strike calls to be exercised in November or December? P.S. I love my silver medal for the day. I would say this, that if the shares are going to trade in this area, like you say, they're going to trade in this 210 range, and you've written 190 contracts, you're not going to be exercised. The odds aren't very good until the last week. Then the odds dramatically improve that you will be exercised on your contract. What I would recommend you do, though, is well before that. If the contracts are, if the stock is rising to 210 and you wrote 190s, my recommendation is try to buy the 190s back and write 210s for further out. So you've written Januaries, you buy your Januaries back, and now you write April 210s, let's say, or 205s, or 220s, and bring in just as much money as you're paying for the contract, or bring in more money than you're paying, and lift your exercise price. You could do that. Okay. Let's see. Listening to Uncle Bruce and taking profits. Donations soon to follow. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're all doing really well today. Where are we at now? We're up. We're now down to a minute to go in the day. We're at 22.62 on the SoFi, 200 on GameStop, 24.65 on Matterport. ME up 15, Spire 580, ATIP at 290, Smart Rent 1375. What a day we've had today. The market in the Dow Jones up 78, S&P up 6, and NASDAQ up 90. What a day today. I'm going to wait until after earnings to make a move with my Matterport. More power to you. Bruce, when selling a call, do you want the price action to end near where your strike price, thus you shares one way up in value, keep the premium, right? Look, Adam, you can write a contract that's out of the money. Stock goes down tomorrow. You can buy the contract back, and then wait. Stock goes back to where it was yesterday. Write the contracts again. Goes down a buck or two. The contracts drop. You buy them back again. You can do this again and again and again and again and again, and just make money and money and money and money and money, like being a day trader, but with the options. Knowing that if you write the option at, say, let's say on SoFi, you write a 22.50 contract, good for a month, and the stock doesn't waver between 22.50 and 20. It starts wavering between 22.50 and 25. It's going way up into the money, then back to the money, up into the money. Well, at that point, you might be a person that will buy back your 22.50s and roll, in other words, sell 25s and now buy back the 25s when the stock goes back to 22.50. Let the stock go back to 25 and write the 25s again. You'll reposition. If the stock now goes to 27.50, you'll buy back your 25s at the 27.50 mark and roll into 27.50 contracts. And now you'll buy those back when the stock goes back to 25, right? If the stock goes from 27.50 to 25 to 22.50, though, quickly, you might let it do that and then buy those 27.50s for really cheap and now write 25s again. And here we go. You're always writing. You're always writing. That's the secret to being an option writer. You're always writing. You're ready to buy them back on a profit. Yeah. You're ready to buy them back on a rollover. Yeah. But you're always writing, and you're selling again and again. And every time you sell, you're looking to bring in cash, hopefully more than you did the last time. Okay. There you go. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I bought so close to the November 19 180s at 27 and wrote February 18 200s for 36.62. Hope you approve. I bought to close. Okay, I bought to close my November 19 GameStop 180s. I bought them at 27, and then I wrote Feb 18 200s at 36.60. I like this. Yeah, that's a roughly a $10 differential, $9.60 differential in cash, with a $20 lift on the expiry price. Exercise price. I like the exercise going up 20. Yes, that is $2,000 a contract in higher buyout exercise, and a $960 gain on cash. That's a $2,960 move per contract. I like this. Yes, it's very good. Very good. All right. Okay, Uncle Bruce, I'll try this again. I sold a Sofi November 19, $21 covered call last Friday. All right. SP jumped. Yay. So do I buy it back to close and sell it again at a higher strike further out? Okay. So you bought the Sofi November 19, $21 covered call on Sofi. The stock's now $22.62. All right. The $21 covered call is now in the money, $1.62, right? Do you buy it back and now write further? You could, if you wished, or you could wait. Well, I would wait now till tomorrow. I wouldn't do anything today, but in theory, yes. I would let the stock go a bit higher, though. See if it can get into this 23.4 range, maybe 24. If it can get to 24-ish, then you'll buy the 21 back and write 24s or 25s further out. You'll write, instead of the November 19, you'll buy those back. You'll write now December something contracts. That might be your next move. Yeah, right on. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. Yep, Adam, a lot of us folks here want to buy back contracts long before expiration. Exactly. So they want the underlying to dip for a bit. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we don't mind if stocks dip. We know they do. We also know something else about up and down moves. Stocks go up a lot slower than they drop. They drop a lot faster than they go up. So if you're long, if you've written contracts, you're short call options, you're now looking for dips. So if you've written Sofi $25 contracts, $22.50 contract, $21 contracts right here, and the stock goes to 18, and it can go down $4 in one day. We know this. Those calls could go from $3 to $1 like that, and then you buy them back. You lock in your $2 profit on the contract, and now you wait to see what the stock wants to stabilize at over the next day or two, and then write new contracts again. Yeah, of course. Adam, you just need the price at the expiration to be below your strike to keep the full premium. That's correct. If you write a $22.50 Sofi call that expires this Friday, and the stock closes at $22.50 or $49 or $48 or $40 or less, the contract is worthless at the end. You keep all the premium for yourself. Yes, you don't ever have to buy it back. Michael, buy back cheaper, write more, rinse and repeat. Exactly. Why are there so few thumbs ups for Bruce's show today? People too busy making money, I think. 254 thumbs ups. What is your thumbs up number, everybody? What is your thumbs up number? Thank you, everybody, for helping out. Hey, Uncle Bruce, thanks for the great advice. Locked in a 208% profit on my Sofi calls. Sweet, sweet ride. Sweet ride. I like it. Let's see. Adam, DQ, Adam, right. What it means, though, is their strategy is sell a call on a peak and buy it back on a dip. Rinse and repeat. There you go. Davey, Bruce, I just wrote an 18-day put on ATIP, $5 strike for 209. Didn't think there was any money to be made, but $10 is $10. There you go. All righty. DQ, I dropped Ben in my league. Then he goes and has a decent game. Let's see. Holding on to a written call contract to expiry to eke out of the remaining bit of profit is asking to be called away. You're also losing opportunity. I agree. Usually a contract that is out of the money with about 3-4 days to go is already lost almost all of its value. And you're better off just buying it back for the pennies it's worth and writing new contracts, taking advantage of those 2, 3, 4 days additionally that you can do for a week out or a week and a half out. Higher premiums, exactly. So do you exercise or get exercised on the put side? On the put side, either you just buy the contract back at the very end at what it's worth. Hollow Smith, $10 donation. Thanks again, Uncle Bruce, for the advice. I'm learning to just listen to you and take profits. I gotta learn to do this. Right on, man. Yep. Larry, thank you for the bell ringing. I appreciate it. What a wild day. Let's see. Good job today, team. Nelson says it's nap time. Man, it seems like some big whale keeps scooping up almost 1.5 million of the stock. The last 3 days on Matterport seems like a good sign. There's buying power coming in there. 24.73 on Matterport, final trade. 24.50 aftermarket, down 23. SoFi 22.62 last trade. 22.58 down 4 in the aftermarket. Wouldn't worry too much about the aftermarkets at this point. Does anyone know when Spire is going to the moon? If I knew, I'd tell you. But I don't know. Spire 579 up 12. We had a gain today. ATIP 290 up 3 cents today. Okay. You'll make the most premium by writing a call at the money, says Dave Rowland. But that's not where you want the SP to go. You want it to drop. You want the stock price to go down. But on the other hand, true, if you sell an at the money call today, Monday, and the stock stays at that price ish all week, and the contract dies this Friday, that contract will shrink every day in value. It'll shrink every day. But yeah, a dip will be your friend. Absolutely. A short-term dip is the best of all. Nick is saying, hi, I'll make sure donations go on PayPal so he gets almost 100%. Right, Uncle Bruce? Nick, I couldn't have said it better myself. Those of you who give me super chats, I love you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. Those who give me donations on PayPal, the link is in the description down below here. Jen and I get 96% of that money instantaneously. Whereas with YouTube super chats, we get 70% of the money, and we have to wait up to 6 weeks to get it. So, we love PayPal. Oh gosh, do we love the PayPal? You guys make a donation to us. It's your call. Any way you want to do it, we're not complaining, not at all. What a day for the market. Now we just need Spire to move. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, for my portfolio's green today, and I'm up 9%. Wow, what a day, Credit Savage saying. Even Rocket Lab is up, and those $20 January, $22 puts, which I got almost 1,000 profit, are now at 7. Can't wait for Rocket Lab to hit 18.19. Louis Del Angel, thank you, Louis. Appreciate that donation. Can't wait for Rocket Lab to hit 18.19 so I can buy back those contracts for $2 to $3. Yeah, baby. Yes, indeed. Those puts on Rocket Lab. That would be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see here. Fenville, I hope you guys had a good day. I exited most of my calls on SoFi, Rocket Lab, GameStop, OCGN, and Snap for a Profit. I'm ready for the Fed talk coming tomorrow. Thank you, Mark Wilkinson. Thank you, Mark Wilkinson, for the PayPal donation. You're right up there on that gold medal platform with a whole bunch of others. I appreciate this. Let's see here. A great day indeed. I got to go catch you tonight. Thank you, Sharon. We'll see you at 7 and 8 on Traveling with Bruce. Uncle Bruce, or amazing. You're amazing, man. You have sped up my retirement by years in a matter of a couple of months. Right on, Austin. I'm happy to hear this, Michael. I didn't know that. That's huge, Stafford out there knowing that. Okay, I wrote a few SoFi calls with $29 and $30 strike expiry, 11, 12. You're all welcome. Hello Smith says, I'm number 104. Are you? You can't be thumbs up number 4. We have 315 thumbs ups. That can't be right. Anyway, let's see. Marco, I'm number 280. How about 295? Let's see. Thanks, Bruce. You got a BW. Aaron, 301. Let's see. You don't write calls unless you're willing to part with your stock. Uncle Bruce, would you give us a rough estimate of the percentage of calls that may get exercised by money market makers when calls are in the money? No idea. No, can't tell you. I don't know. Uncle Bruce, think of picking up 100 AMC or sound. Or should I get more Spire? Oh, I see. You got to decide what stock's the one you want to play with. You got to decide. Of course, but you'll gain more by closing and writing again. Different than writing out a contract. That's correct, Dave. You know it. Do you teach the wheel strategy in your class? I haven't really. I've covered kind of the overall, but I don't specifically cover this. I don't. Is this the only time you should love as short-term dips? Is this the only time? Indeed, treated well. Okay, if you think I do, then more power to you. I'm cool. Whatever. 23andMe announces the closing of its acquisition of Lemonade Health. Right on. Question, Bruce. I have 7 $15 call options for SoFi expiring on the 17th of December. What would you exercise the option? No. Just sell the contracts for money. Just sell them for money. Don't exercise. No. Should go up tomorrow. Hopefully. ME. Well, let's hope so. ME aftermarket 11.75 up 3 cents. Anyway, just cashed in on my SoFi calls using the profits to get Uncle Bruce class on writing calls. Let's go. There you go. Uncle Bruce, I wrote a GameStop November 5, 190 covered call. Should I buy back tomorrow and roll out or wait until later in the week? You've got that option. Absolutely. You do not have to make a move right away. Hey, look, let's say GameStop opens up tomorrow to 210, 215. Let's give it a pop. Let her go. Then look at the 190 at the height of the market. If the stock pops up tomorrow to 215 and that's kind of the height there, you might buy the 190 back and then write a 215 call right away for several weeks further out. Yeah. Bruce, would you consider a class teaching the wheel strategy? I'm not sure. You got to give me time on something like that. Let's see. You should. Bruce, you should not take a break when we have this kind of market going. We need you. Bruce, go celebrate today's market moves and have an In-N-Out burger with Jen. Do you order yours at any of the secret menu modifiers? No, I don't. Although Jen likes grilled onions on her burger. Okay. Michael says, Spire, 579 at the close. Aftermarket, 580, up a penny. Adam, so I think I'm missing something. Let's say you have 100 shares and you write a covered call, then sell it for a premium. Now you no longer have stock. What are you talking about? So what is the next move? Buy more stock, run more options. So if you have 100 shares and you write a covered call and you sell it for a premium price, you still have your stock. You own your stock and you're writing a covered call against it. You're creating a call. If you own SoFi and it's a $22.50, you write a $22.50 call, you bring in $1, you bring in $100. At the end of the call's life or during the call's existence, you buy the call back for a quarter. You make $75 on the call. You still have your stock. You write another contract. I don't know where you lost your stock. The only way you lose your stock, and you don't lose it, you sell it. If someone buys your stock from you on that option you offered, they pay you $22.50 for the stock. Well, you got $1 for the contract per share. You sold the stock for $22.50. You got $23.50 for your stock. If it's trading at $23 on the open market, you just buy the stock back for 23 and write a $24 call option for $1. Continue on, rinse and repeat. You keep going. I'm not sure if we're missing it. Sorry for the curse word, Uncle Bruce. It just burns me when a-holes hate on people who are trying to help others. It's okay. You still have the stocks of the day. There it is. So, Bruce, you always tell us to never exercise our options. Then who out there in the marketplace does exercise their options? Hedge funds or institutions, sometimes BW, sometimes. It's a very rare occurrence. It really is. The options market was created to create a new way of gambling on a stock with leverage. That's all it was. It was just a way to leverage up an investment. So instead of buying 100 shares of GameStop at $200 a share for 20 grand, you buy an option for $6, $600. You're controlling 100 shares for $600 instead of $20,000. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it was. Benville Adam, then you use that money to enter cash, secure, put to buy back those stocks at the price you want. That's calling the wheel strategy. And let's see. A stock market with Bruce. 2 words for In-N-Out: mustard fried. Oh man, that sounds exciting. Let's see. Right. Okay. Adam, got it. Thanks, boys. Way to go, Adam. Anyway, what a day today. What a day today. I hope some of you made money today. I think some of you did make money today. Cheers to all of you who are richer. And hopefully we have another good day tomorrow. The beauty of being an option writer is if tomorrow morning for the first 3 hours of the day, the market takes a pause, kind of consolidates a little bit, there's a few profit-taking scenarios happening, a number of you might be in a position to theoretically buy some options back that you sold today towards the height of the day. You may find that these options have dropped enough in price to attract you to buy them back, locking in a profit, sitting back with your arms closed and going, folded and going, oh, the last half of the day we're going up again. And as the market rises higher, you write the calls all over again at a higher price. And at the end of the day, you look at your account and go, okay, well, I started the day with 100 shares of this, and I had a call option out there against it with no cash. At the end of the day, I have my shares, a call option against it, and I've got cash in my account. What a wonderful, magical moment that is. That's how it could go. Who knows? Could be fun. Anyway, we're doing what we can. Anyone else not getting after our streaming on Fidelity? Credits average. Uncle Bruce looks like Royal Caribbean is up nicely today. Can't wait for it to hit 95 again so I can buy some juicy puts for April. All right. Yeah, it took some profits today. Didn't last week, but did the week before. My portfolio grew 7% today, says Drew. Let's see. It was this family and Bruce who got me interested in option strategy, said Adam. I couldn't thank you guys enough. Writing vertical spreads has certainly upped my game. Drew, I'm up 7% too. And portfolio's up more than 10% today. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Way to go, you guys. Way to go. $200 on GameStop. We're up $16 on GameStop. No matter what, if you're short, whether you've written calls against it or not, you're all up $16.58 on your stock. The key now is to do rollovers if you need to. Fair enough. Let's do those and bring in extra cash. Bring in more money. That is the way you want to do this. Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Stoked for your gains as well, says Drew. I talk more, but I'm in the 101 traffic. I'm up about 6%, says Drops. Nice going. Ratish, I was scared of options, but no more. Hello, Smith. Uncle Bruce, just in case you wanted to know, I'm up 10 grand today for everything. Way to go, buddy. Fidelity after hours not showing here either. Well, sometimes they have glitches, and that's just the way it is. Good work, dude, says Austin. Nice going, you guys. I'm really pleased. It's been a good day. Let's see what we can do tomorrow. I'll be back on this channel 8:30 tomorrow morning, 1 hour before the opening, and we'll cover the what's going on. In the meantime, I will be back on the air tonight. I'll be on at 7 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. 7 o'clock for members of that channel, 8 o'clock at the big show. Anyone is welcome to join us. We're going to talk cruise ships and traveling, and you're more than welcome to come on over there tonight if you like. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow morning right here. Silka, I'm up 7.78% today. Take care. Michael says, Simpleton says, Farragut, 34,000 today. Thanks, Uncle B. Yeah, baby. Nice going. Nice going. Way to go. Making money, and I love the sound of that. That's fantastic. Everybody, buy Simpletons. NTPC, we need an update beer funnel profile pic. Have a great evening, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 right here, Stock Markets with Bruce. Let's make a pile of money tomorrow, and let's see what we can do. Thanks all. We'll see you later. Bye for now.